Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to another reading. Today we're going to do something just a little different. So let me first say that before I say anything else, everything in this reading, channeling video is alleged and for entertainment and speculative purposes only. I am merely a medium, psychic medium, and I bring messages from otherworldly realms. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, so this is what's different today. I like true crime. I like to see justice. I like to help out. So I'm going to do a real short reading on Cortney and Bradly Bartholomew. I said this in a previous video that, you know, like with Gypsy and Nick, you know, you think that they got caught and we think we know the story, and that story is nothing like what I could have ever imagined, and what's still going on. And today at some point, it's after midnight here in New York City, I do want to do a reading about Nicholas. I am reading your comments about who you want me to do readings about. I want to go live actually and answer your questions as they come in, because mostly I channel, so I can back up my channeling with cards if you like that, but I can just answer questions. Like I was talking to Dee Dee and Stephanie 2 nights ago, and oh my goodness, Stephanie, Nicholas's mother, whoa, that was intense. Dee Dee's only happy to wait to have her voice heard because she's been waiting and she wants to tell her story. She wants to be part of what's going on. And so yeah, I can channel her and take questions for her or Nicholas's mom, or I can tap into people who are alive. I can tap into their energy as well. Just when people have crossed over, they are sending me direct messages. And I can also ask my angels, my spirit guides, and if I feel like it, I can ask infinite source God. God usually answers me. So I have some things going on with Gypsy and Nicholas and Ryan, but I've done a reading recently about that. So, and the more I read about her, the more relevant she stays. So it's Nicholas, and if Baby Aurora is real, those are the two souls that I care about the most, especially Nicholas, because I don't know about Baby Aurora, but I certainly know about Nicholas, and I've spoken with his mom. So while I sort that out and figure out how to do a live, actually what I can tell you is this: I need 500 subscribers before YouTube will reach out to me to partner with me for this channel, and then they will let me do things that gives them a profit, you know. So like a live reading, a live channeling, when you ask questions, you know, specific questions, you're gonna pay a little bit, $1, $2, I don't know what YouTube wants, but you know, and then I can see your questions better, highlighted comments, all that kind of stuff. You know how this works. And YouTube wants the money. It's you know, I'm a partner with them, but so let's, you know, maybe get the word out there. I'll say it earlier this time: the algorithm is hungry. YouTube wants money. I like earning a living. Thank you for giving me a job I love. And so yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And you know, as soon as we get 500 followers on this channel, then I will be able to do a live reading, and then I can literally just channel Dee Dee, Stephanie. You can get all the answers that you want. If you want personal answers, I can do personal readings too, you know, but I can't do live until I get 500, so that's just the way it is. Okay, so I thought we'll ask some questions about Cortney Bartholomew and Bradly Bartholomew. If you don't know about them, they're from Michigan, Wexford, and allegedly Cortney is the mother of Rebecca Parks, and Cortney and her husband, what's his name again, Bradly Bartholomew, They are the ones that took Cortney's daughter and baby, unborn baby, into the woods and murdered Rebecca. And murdered Rebecca, and then allegedly cut Rebecca's baby, a boy, out of her body. Okay? Whoa, that just fell out. It wants to be seen. So, it's my understanding that Cortney and Bradly Bartholomew have gone before a judge. They have been apprehended. They found Rebecca's body and the body of the baby boy. And they are behind bars. But as Nicholas and Gypsy pointed out, or what I noticed, is like, they can get caught. That doesn't mean they're staying behind bars, you know, or like what their punishment will be. So that's why I'm trying to see, like, what's going on between Cortney and Bradly while they're in jail. And then later, if you want, I'll do more of a reading. I can channel Rebecca, since the poor soul is crossed over, and the baby. So, you know, that's a more in-depth reading. Plus, her sister Kimberly has been charged. I think she has 4 counts, felony, you know, of lying and allegedly, and yeah, for her mother, for Cortney, who is the one who allegedly really murdered Rebecca, her daughter, Parks. And then Richard, I think his name is Fuentes, he was also charged, but not with anything to do with the murder of Rebecca or the baby or anything, but he's still facing charges for other felonies like drug dealing. So this is a bit of a complicated issue, you know, with all these charges flying around, and still we've got, you know, dead people and souls who didn't deserve to be unalived, especially an unborn baby. So this is what I care about, and we're gonna see what's going on, because I hear through the grapevine that Cortney and Bradly are already turning on each other. They're blaming each other for who did what. Sounds familiar a bit, doesn't it? Like, I think Gypsy did that, turned on Nicholas and said, no, he did it. He raped me. Allegedly. You can watch her interrogation. It really was an interrogation. As soon as she was like, okay, I'll tell you the truth. Her little Mickey Mouse voice and stuff. And she did not tell the truth, but Nicholas did. And that wasn't an interrogation. That was not a questioning. That was like a 4-hour, like, Spanish Inquisition on the poor kid, you know? So, okay. So we know now that just because people get arrested doesn't mean they get what is just and fair. Just look at Gypsy's new YouTube and Instagram channel, okay? So, and then we have some Oracle cards as a new deck. I love it. Look at this pattern on the back. It's beautiful. We got some energy cards. We're going to read the energy around Cortney and Bradly. We're going to read what their soul looks like, Cortney and Bradly. And we're going to pull some tea leaves, because you know they're piping hot tea and they're brutally honest. And then we'll get a feel for what's really going on, because, you know, we can watch all the news and YouTube we like, but, you know, I get my messages from source, from God. And, oh, I feel Rebecca coming in. Wow. She's like leaning over my shoulder. She's watching. She's interested. Okay, we'll channel Rebecca at some point. Poor thing, crossed over. She feels curious. She wants to see what's going to happen. She wants the truth to come out. Look at what we have here for Cortney. We've got the 10 of Cups. This is a new deck as well. Check it out. So we have the 10 of Cups. This is a Sacred Witch deck by Wyspell. I like it. It's matte. It doesn't have glare. And I just really like it. It's a good choice. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think I have this upside down, but right now I think all of them are upside down, but that's okay, because, you know, there are no coincidences. How uncoincidental. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. That's making sense. Oh no, I did not flip the whole deck over. So just some cards. Okay. And 6 came out. So, and then we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is for Cortney. This is definitely making sense already. I don't like to confuse the energy. You can never go wrong putting them on crystals and give them even better energy flow. So I still have a small table. Okay. So for Cortney, we have another in reverse. Oh, what happened? Something moved in my bathroom for no reason. And we have the Queen of Swords. Justice. Someone who is cold. Someone that's not good with sweet words and loving and nurturing. No, they like to adhere to the law and what is just and right and fair. And something fell down in my bathroom, and I don't have any pets right now. So, like, what was that? I don't know. We have the Moon in reverse. Wow, that's interesting, actually. Kind of interesting. And we have Judgment. Wow. Wow. Okay, Cortney, what's going on with Cortney? All right, let's find out. Okay, so basically what's going on with Cortney is that she had some crazy notion, much like Gypsy, about like the perfect family life, the happily ever after card. I believe Bradly is her second husband, or it's not Rebecca's father at the very least. So, and she's married to him, so it's either her second or third or fourth or fifth husband, but it's not her first husband. And so she has this distorted view, much like someone else we know, who I'm not going to really mention, but her initials are GRB, of what a happily ever after looks like. Look what her happily ever after looks like. We got a dragon, we got a castle, we got mountains, and she is the one leading him. She is the one with the light and the fire. She, Cortney, not Bradly, so far. Again, blocked. Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, right? I mean, sorry, excuse me, the King of Pentacles. This guy is, she never really thought that, like, much again like Gypsy, allegedly. I'm going to throw in the word allegedly a lot so that she can't sue me, because I hear she's trolling the YouTube channels to see the negative comments. And I hope to God she does see my readings, because then she'll know what's coming for her. And she also will know that I have seen redemption and her having a moment of like clarity and saying, I'm doing the wrong thing and changing for the better. So I hope she does see my channel. I really do. I do. Spread the word far and wide. You know, just let her watch my channel. But much like Gypsy, again, she's got this distorted view of the happy marriage, happy wife, happy life. And Cortney, in this case, is leading Bradly, right? And she sees him as weak, okay? He's supposed to be like her stable guy. He's supposed to be like there for her. He's supposed to be the provider, the sensible one, the one that she can bounce her, you know, crazy ideas on. Like, hey, let's kidnap my daughter and, you know, murder her in Wexford, in Michigan. And we'll find out, you know. And she worked hard at this too. She sees him as weak, and they are turning on each other right now. So, you know, much like Gypsy and Nicholas did. You know, Gypsy's like, what? Co-defendant, I get his sentence? No. I am not, we did not do this together. I hid in the bathroom. Right? I've said it before, I'll say it again. You know, if someone was being murdered in the room next to me and they were calling out my name, I'm pretty sure I would have heard that. Even with the best earplugs and my hands over my ears, I would have heard my mother calling out my name. And even if I went into a dissociative state or empty state or out of body, you know, because I can't take it, something has to trigger that. And I'm guessing it would be the sound of her mother screaming when Gypsy is the one who allegedly committed the act. I've asked God. I asked God if Nicholas did it, and God said no. And that's it. I didn't want to ask God anymore. So much like this, Cortney wants, she's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Oh, yes, she is. In fact, when she was, they're going before the judge again in early January of 2026. But when they went before the judge, they went separately. Bradly did it over like a video conferencing thing. Like he was in jail, and they just had him answer like on the like FaceTiming type of thing. Whereas Cortney did go into court and face the judge, and the judge said what his ruling was for her to go to jail, and she already started babbling back at the judge and going, "But Your Honor," it's like, where is she going? Like she was accused of like the epitome of evil, the embodiment of evil, and she is. So from what I can tell so far, I mean, this is America, guilty until innocent, but still. And justice is coming right now. She's still hopeful that she will not be judged harshly, which is why she's working very hard behind the scenes to make it look like it was Bradly and not her. She'll even throw her daughter Kimberly under the bus. I just heard that. Kimberly under the bus. Yeah, so, the Queen of Swords, like I said, she's not with sweet words, but she does what's right and what's just and what's fair. And she's logical. She's air of air, she's very calm and centered and focused. And in this case, she has a little dragon familiar, so she can have some passion. She can be passionate about certain things, like, in her case, not having justice served very well and her getting out. Although this also can mean like the queen has gone beyond like compassionate justice, fair justice, and has become a tyrant. She's right, everyone else is wrong. Everyone else is wrong. She's the only one who's right. And, you kind of better listen to her. And it's like, who's going to listen to her, really? I mean, we're looking into it, but I don't know who could possibly be on her side. Maybe the media or something. I don't know. But, I believe that both her and Bradly have been charged with the murder and that they did it together. And I don't know how they allegedly cut the baby out together. They're saying really Cortney did the alleged murder of Rebecca, and she is the one, Cortney, who removed the baby from Rebecca's body. So, but she's fighting against him already. Busy bee, very busy bee, fighting against him. She doesn't care. She doesn't have any feelings at this point. She's like a cold, tyrannical, only looking out for myself. To heck with my daughter Kimberly, and if she's implicated, let her take the case, And we have the moon, in reverse, so she's completely rational about this. I mean, she's like crazy to have done what she did. That is just insane what she did allegedly to her daughter Rebecca Parks and the unborn child. But in this case, the moon is usually mental illness, instability. We got a lobster on her head, even though she's got like a tinfoil hat on. I'm just saying tinfoil hat. Like she's got, like could be a medieval, cap. Their heads are protected against the power of the moon. Sometimes the moon drives people crazy, but it's usually a full moon. Did you know this? That in hospitals and precincts, police precincts, they hire more workers on full moons because, people tend to go a little wacko. Unless you're an astrologer or you follow astrology, which I will get around to as well. I have my moonology cards and my astrology books and my lunar calendar that I make. And eventually I'll get around to that. But right now, all we need to know is that, look at this, the moon is crying into the infinity pool of emotion, and even the moon is crying. Okay, this is sad, like I guarantee you that this happened at night, and the only witnesses besides Bradly and Cortney was the moon and the stars, and it made the heavens sad. It made God very sad to see this, because we all have free will, and if you want to use your free will to allegedly murder someone and allegedly cut the baby out of its womb, that soul's womb, then that's really sad. And you see it's falling into an infinity pool, and it's like these three don't really care. It's like, Cortney's counting on people not caring about Bradly, but they want her to see, she wants people to see her as sane, rational. Even though this is upside down, the two towers, they're balanced. and she wants to be seen as like under harsh circumstances, and Bradly made her do it and that kind of stuff, because this way shows that she is mentally unstable, and she thinks that going down this path for sure is like, there's nothing really down that path but balance. And see, she's in the middle with 2 others. Why is a lobster on her head? Lobsters can't live outside of water for very long. You know, she's a fish out of water right now. Kind of, but not. You see, it's in reverse. She's exactly where she's supposed to be. She doesn't act insane or mentally diminished in any way, or emotionally, like psychiatrically, although I would, in my unprofessional opinion, I'm going to say psychopath. But, you know, again, allegedly, but this is what she's counting on. And then ultimately she will be judged, and it doesn't look like it's going to be too good in her favor. You have the flames of hell, and the phoenix usually rises from the ashes, but this phoenix is somewhere in the middle. It's getting burned. I'm getting a message that she was a witch in a past life, and she was burned at the stake as a witch. And this is karma coming back to her. She can reach out for help all she likes, and sympathy, tea and sympathy, but she's not going to get it. She's going to get judged for sure. I'll pull another card for her in a moment. So basically that's what's going on with her. She had a distorted view of what a good marriage is. She's the one who thinks she's in control. She's leading Bradly by the hand. She feels powerful, you know, and she thinks that she has what she wants in terms of a relationship, and her control over Bradly, who she sees as like the stable, the provider, the typical husband who can bring good health, stability, sensibility. You know, yeah, she convinced him to go with her and kill, allegedly, her daughter. Let's see who came up with the idea. And she's been, since they've been in, like, this is also now, like, her in jail, how she's behaving. She's been a little busy bee, but she was very busy before that, working on this unhealthy marriage and unhealthy, not King of Pentacles type of man. He's the opposite. He's not grounded. He doesn't really work. He doesn't really care about supporting Cortney, whether it's mentally or it's just a shadow. He doesn't know how to support her financially, psychologically, spiritually. He doesn't know. He's not what she thought he would be. And so she's got to do all the work, and she's got to be completely cold right now, no feelings, because she's trying to blame it on Kimberly or him, Bradly. So, you know, ultimately she's going to be judged, and, you know, she believes that she's not insane right now. She doesn't, oh, I just heard this. She doesn't want to be charged with, you know, what is it, criminally insane. She doesn't. She'd rather be in jail and keep fighting to get out than be put in a institution for the criminally insane, like, for the rest of her life. So she knows how to become instantly sane, you know. So yeah, that's what she's doing. She's being calculating, cold, working at this, being instantly sane. Nonetheless, she's going to be judged. And the only thing lying here is, like, this marriage was not working out. She's leading the way. She wanted it. She wanted to call the shots. She thought she wanted a good, strong, stable man to do that with her or for her, and he's lacking in that area. So we have the King of Coins. So that again is the King of Pentacles. This is Bradly. Here we go. She went after the King of Coins for her. Sorry, I still have a small table. She went after the King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, for, as I just said, stability and, you know, groundedness, sensibility, you know, a job, money, incoming money, and basically whatever she wants, whatever she leads him to, he'll listen. But from a more grounded point of view, you know, not like from a feeling-based point of view or like, you know, hot passion and stuff. No, she wanted a very, like, stable, grounded type of man. And he could be. I'd love to see his birth chart, you know. So then we have, ooh, Judgment. Oh my goodness, I can't make this up. He's working hard not to be judged with her, okay? They're both getting judged, but his is a little earlier on. So then we have the Chariot. Whoa. Oh my goodness. This is fast motion. And actually, he's on the right path. So what I'm hearing right now is that he is not out there scheming, although he will fight back with her. He's terrified of what the judge is going to say when they go to their hearing in January, or that'll probably just be the beginning of the hearings, you know, but he's terrified of the outcome. Cortney, on the other hand, she's not so scared. She shut herself down. She's like, I am cold and calculating, and I can think clearly about this, and I'm going to get to work. For some reason, I feel dark magic around this, or dark spells. I mean, you don't have to practice dark spells or magic to be evil, you know. And you see the horns, right? They're reversed. He's weakened. She weakens him. She drains him, right? But he's already on this path, and there's nothing that can be done about that at this point. He's in jail. 9 of Wands, the calm before the storm, yeah, is coming. Big time. They're not getting out of this. And the King of Cups in reverse, I don't know who that is for them, although I could say this, that the King of Cups is a master over his emotions, and he can handle other people's emotions. I'm hearing maybe one of his lawyers or the psychiatrists in the jail are speaking with him. They're helping him manage his emotions because his lawyers want him to win. That's what a good lawyer does. They get you off, even if they know that you are guilty. If you pay them enough, or it's going to generate a lot of attention in the media, they will take the case. So, typically, not all the time. So just think of like O.J. Simpson. And I am not racist, okay? Like, not at all. But yeah, he was guilty, and in the end, we all knew he was guilty. He wrote that book. He was like, well, allegedly, like, let's just hypothesize if somebody did go in and see Nicole and did hear, like, some friend material. He made up some crazy story, but he went into a trance-like state, and then he was saying I instead of a friend went. So he basically admitted to doing it, but you can't be tried for the same crime twice. So this is what's going on between Cortney and Bradly while they're in jail waiting for their hearing about the alleged murder of Cortney's daughter, Rebecca Parks, and her unborn child, a male child. Cortney has another daughter, Kimberly. She's being implicated in this. She lied. She gave false evidence to support her mother. Her mother could give 2 F's about it. You know, really, she wants her to. Look, here's Kimberly, by the way. She's calling her in. Come on, let's go, all my little chickadees. Let's go, because I'm getting out of this. I'm getting out of this. I'm going to work hard at this. I cannot count on him. He is the King of Coins. He is starting to see, like, I'm being judged, so I better get in line, not with Cortney, but even though this is reversed, it's like, right, just follow the path, do what's next, put one foot in front of the other. Social media comes by, or whomever is going to videotape that their answers, just like Nick gave just an interview within the last couple of days, and that's what I want to do next, actually. But again, like, I keep reading about Nick and Gypsy and Ken, and you know, you ask about Rod and Christy, and it's like, okay, I did a reading about them, but like, what's new? If they come, it's Christmas, you know, and Gypsy's desperate. She's desperately trying to hold on to some kind of social media. Let me remind you, in one of my previous videos, which eventually I will link up to these videos so you can watch them in order, or you can go back and I don't have to keep saying it and waste your time and energy, that you know, that she's gonna be irrelevant in 2 to 3 years. But Rod came out and said something a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, and so, like, I don't know, do I do another reading on him? I don't know. I think the priority is Nick, and that's why I'm doing a reading on this couple, because I see it going a lot like Gypsy blamed Nick, and that's what Cortney's doing. She's blaming Bradly. She'll throw Kimberly under the bus. She'll get her to change her testimony if possible, because she is going to be judged too, but in her case, it's like fiery and passionate. We all care about Cortney. What did she do? Because allegedly she is the one who committed the murder. Bradly just helped her, went along with it. See, he's in a weakened position, not strong. Although, since this is the first card out, marriage-wise, he did believe that Cortney is the woman he wants to be with and have, like, this strange, happy life in a castle behind mountains. It's like out of a German fairy tale, like with Brunhilde. And she's put in a castle with a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon around it, so no one can ever have her. Nope, he's her prince. But she's leading the way. And he kind of realizes this. You know, he is to himself the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles. That is who married Cortney. But in relation to this schmurder, no, he wasn't strong enough. He was always afraid in the back of his mind, what if we get caught? Nonetheless, he went on this path with her, and they did get caught. And so, like, right now, there's just a pause, a lull, and a break in before their next hearing, or before his next, you know, barrage of, like, negativity that he comes out about Cortney or Kimberly. But he's being also, like, the Queen of Swords is unemotional and in reverse tyrannical, like a benevolent dictator. You know, she wants to be seen as just and fair and okay, I'll tell the truth or whatever. No, she's not. She's not. She will appear to. She will appear to with the moon here, but ultimately she's not. And this will be seen in court, you know, that she's a bold-faced liar. Whereas Bradley's strategy is a lot different. He realizes that he can't change the path now. He's being judged, and there's really no way for him to get out of it. And this is a divine judgment too. So he's kind of not attacking. He, like Cortney is. Cortney is like attacking. She's at work. He's kind of sitting back and taking a bit of a break and thinking about what he's doing. And he's getting his emotions in check because he does not want to blow up. He can, emotionally. He has fits of rage. He has fits of anger. I'm getting that he drinks. He may be alcoholic, but he drinks. I see him using guns, I don't know, to shoot at, like, I don't know, squirrels or something. But, like, maybe cans in the backyard. Like, he likes shooting. He likes hunting. But, when the King of Cups is around and it's reversed, it's like the dam is about to break. The King of Cups has now become the master of emotions and feelings, has now gone over the edge, much like the Queen of Swords, who is not so just anymore. She is just, but in a very strict, straight, no feeling way. And the King of Cups is like, you know, he's trying to get these out of control emotions in check. So, because he's on this path, he can't get off of it. He knows he's going to be judged, and he is the King of Coins. I'd really like to see his birth chart, his astrology chart. So that's the energy going on with them right now. Cortney's going to keep being busy, whatever way she can, social media, through Kimberly. Richard, I don't think so. Rebecca's fiance, the father of her child. His trial is completely different, but hey, she'll reach out to him too. If she can. She will reach out to him too. So these cards are interesting. I think we'll keep them for the end. So let's see the energy surrounding this, because I see Cortney really being the one that's going after Bradley and anyone she can throw under the bus, whereas Bradley's like, yeah, he'll defend himself because he's going to be judged and he's on this path that he can't get away from now. He's already done it. See, Judgment, and then the Chariot. He's stuck on this path. He's been fighting. He's been fighting in jail. He's been fighting with Cortney beforehand. Like, you sure this is a good idea? He's battle scarred from being married to her. She's the one in control. And he knows he can blow up and get emotional and really out of control. So right now he's like really trying to get a handle on that. So when he comes out to speak, he appears rational. Which is also what she's trying to do too. But only for herself, and he's doing it for himself too. See, there's no other people in these cards. These are judgment cards, so there's like people you don't even know. We all get in. I don't know about apocalypse. I mean, I know about it. I don't know how much I believe in the judgment day. I believe God already knows our hearts. So why do we have to do this? That is a question I ask Infinite Source God quite often. But there are no other like couple cards other than this marriage card. Right? And this one, yeah, Cortney's going to be using people as much as possible. Right now she's got 3 people in her pocket. I guarantee that that's Kimberly, her lawyer, and one other woman. She probably befriended her in jail, you know. So or maybe she'll have 2 lawyers or something defending her. It's a high profile case, so lawyers make their careers off of it. Whereas Bradly is with no one except for obviously judgment. That's a collective thing. The rest of these 2 people are, he's alone and she's sticking her finger in like the pot for 3 different people. So let's check out the energy around. Whoops. You know, I want to take this, but it was sticky. There. And one for Bradly. What is the energy? Whoa. Okay. And I gotta flip over. Oh my goodness, this is 3 cards. 4. Oh my goodness. Alright, what is going on here? And I had 2 for this, and I put 1 down. You know what? We'll read the shadow card for her too. Okay, what is the energy? This could be a very complicated situation. Let's find out. Yeah, she doesn't think she's gonna be, like, no matter what they give her, she's gonna like just rise up from this. Like, can't hurt me. Yeah, guess what? It can. Let's think of Aileen Wuornos for a minute. You don't know what I'm talking about? A very good movie about her. It's based on a true story. Is the movie Monster with Charlize Theron or Charlize Theron. Oh, look at that! There were 3 cards for Cortney. So good energy. A lot of energy going on around this. Imperfect harmony. 11. Yeah, that's exactly what she's going for. She wants everything to go smoothly with the judge, with her alibis, with her story. It's all about her. And there's one other person that she's going to trust, because 1 and 1 reduces to 2. But first and foremost, it's all about her. She'll throw whomever under the bus, but it's got to be in perfect harmony. She's working busy bee to get that going. It's all got to be like a machine, and all the parts are working right. Smoke and mirrors. Don't have much to say about that. You know, like, she did a horrible thing, and she's already complaining to the judge, but Your Honor, and it's like, you're in jail. Okay, like, I heard her saying something that sounded like her saying she has appointments or something. I'm like, honey, you're not getting out of jail. Maybe not ever. Like, what do you mean you have like a dental appointment or whatever appointment? You know, it's like, it's done. It's beyond. This is number 6, which is like, this is the middle point. She allegedly committed the crime. Now she's in court. She's in jail. And then we'll see what happens. It's 3, 6, 9. So 6 is right in the middle. 6 also is love, too. And I'm getting a very strong feeling that her defense, even though she doesn't want to be seen as criminally insane, is that she felt that she was doing the right thing by her daughter. It was an act of love or something crazy like that. And also, she's supposed to love her children and her husband, you know, and no, it's all smoke and mirrors for her. It's a facade. Ooh, look at this. Look at this face up here. Ghostly face. That's not Rebecca, because I'd feel Rebecca behind me if that was. Like, yeah, like I said, she's using some spirits, some spells, something like that. And finally, we have Into Me I See with the number 8. That's infinity, basically. You see, infinity. And 8 is, I don't remember in numerology right now, but I know the 8th house is Scorpio. And that's like utter and total, it's two planets. It's Mars and Pluto. Put water and fire together, what do you get? It's a mess, unless you want to put out. And Into Me I See is like, yeah, she's looking deep within herself and trying to figure out how to rearrange herself logically, intelligently, so that when she's judged, she comes off like a phoenix rising out of the ashes, instead of like, you know, you're going to get the death penalty. So she is looking deeply into herself and then projecting her negativity on others. And with infinity, I'm getting she might not get the death penalty for some reason. Or that for all time and eternity, right now, she is evil. People can always change, but right now, she's just only looking at herself and for her own pleasure, and smoke and mirrors, and she wants everything her way in perfect harmony. For Bradly, we have 27, a grand symphony. Yeah, it goes with imperfect harmony. She made she plays the instruments, and he's like the conductor, like the general guy around it, although the conductor does get all the instruments in sync and pull off a production music. But in her case, she convinced him that this is like a beautiful play, this is like a beautiful symphony or something. And with the number 27, it reduces to 9, so he's kind of done with her, you know. He's done. He's not down with her perfect harmony. He's like, no, no, no. This grand symphony is going to come to an end with judgment, and I'm not exactly looking to be put to death, but who knows? We'll see what happens. The power of purpose. Yeah, with the number 18, again, 9. I have a feeling he's going to get the death penalty. There's a lot of completion here. So he's done. The power of purpose, she used him for a purpose, and it's done. And now he's on this path that can't be swayed, can't be changed. He's on like a direct, straight. Usually it's a great card for like success, and you're on the right path, and you're gonna get your dream job or whatever you want in life. You're going for it. It's going for it. He didn't get what he wanted, but he's definitely on the path, you know, that justice has for him. And then we have the number 1, earth magic. Aha. So like I said, you know, she's using magic, and the king of pentacles, the king of coins, is the earth king. This is the emperor, like on a daily, like a everyday life situation. And my small table and my setup, I cannot wait to get a laptop. He's the king of pentacles, which is very earthy energy. And what he did, his role in this one is, I'm believing that Cortney did some spells or black magic or dark energy. It could just be dark energy, and she got him to believe in her plan. They took her out in the woods, Rebecca, and that's where they allegedly committed this crime. And so, you know, he feels like, ooh, this is earthy, this is stable, this is grounded, this is right. Yeah, right. Okay, look at this power of purpose. It's like a cog in a machine, you know. And that's what Cortney did. I'm not on either side. I'm just seeing, and I'm channeling the messages I hear, and I'm just reading them as I see them, calling them as I see them. I don't have any opinion about anyone other than that. What was done to Rebecca Parks is pure evil. It is just so horrible. And yeah, she was put in the ground. I'm getting a feeling that they're gonna say, like I said, like it was done for love or something like that, like some mystical, magical thing, like God told them to do it or something like that, you know, something earthy, earth magic, like it says, earth magic, right? And the last card we have from is 6. It is what it is. And that's basically what he's going on here with the 9 of Wands and the King of Cups. Yeah, he's accepting the situation, and he's regrouping, and he's basically saying, like, it is what it is. I got to figure this out. Whereas Cortney is, like I said, she's a busy bee, and she's still thinking. Also, it is what it is a very King of Pentacles attitude to have. I'm gonna guess that he's either an earth sign, he's either a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, or his ascendant sign is one of those signs. His rising sign, gotta be one of those, or his moon sign, his emotions, you know. But I'm feeling, yeah, his rising, not right, sorry, his moon sign is probably something with water, maybe Cancer, Scorpio, or not Aquarius, what is it, Pisces. But he's at this point, he's ready to just say, I mean, look at the path to the door, just like the Chariot, you know, it's done. He's been caught, and we both he has this path. And look, in this card, usually it's 2 sphinxes, but this is using a dove, love. He did this because he really believed that he loved Cortney, and these figures here remind me of ghosts too. And I think we saw a ghost right here in Smoke and Mirrors. So yeah, so he's kind of like like I said, he's, so a grand symphony was put in his head by Cortney. Sounds familiar? Gypsy and Nick. And he was just a cog in this machine that they created together. She's really the mastermind, and you know, she tapped into his King of Pentacles energy, Earth energy, and she got him to believe that this is the right thing to do. Whether it was for his ego or because it's mystical or magical or whatever, you know, and it is what it is, you know. He is at this time gathering his resources and strength before the next battle comes, which could be tomorrow. Today, Cortney could put out statements that are insane. Who knows? But she's going to try to sound very logical and reasonable. Right? She is looking into herself to see where she can, like, lie about. You know, she's got to get her lies straight. And he is trying to keep his emotions in check. He is really, really upset. He is really blowing up on the inside. I wouldn't be surprised if he's punching walls, you know, bare walls. But that's why he's regrouping, and he's trying to tell himself it is what it is. You know, there's really nothing he can do. And not right now. I mean, he can, but he's trying to make that path straight and solid and foundational, which would be the accurate use of his earth power, his earth energy. So that's the energy going on around the situation. Let's see what their soul, let's see what's going on with their souls. What's going on with Cortney and Bradly Bartholomew's soul? What's going on with them? Spirit, what's going on with their souls? You know, because for the very sake of Rebecca and that poor unborn child, I will hopefully see these two people in jail forever. If that's what happens. This is America. You're innocent until guilty. So, you know, but it just kind of reminds me a little bit of the justice, or injustice rather, that happened between Nick and Gypsy. Or it could end up that way, and God forbid. I mean, ultimately God's in charge. But okay, so this would be Bradly, this would be Cortney. I don't like covering up all the cards, but it's kind of good. They layer on top of each other. They're sharing the energy. So, Cortney, what's her soul looking like? Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. You better believe she's taking care of herself. Into me, I see. Yeah, it's all about her. You know, it's really all about her. Bradley's getting a lot of number 9s. He's got the 1 here. He's got 6. She's got a 6 too, but she has more 9s and stuff. So health, yeah, she's focusing on her health, actually, her mental health. See the moon normally, she's focusing on not breaking down. She doesn't want to end up crying because she's guilty. She might get tears in her eyes because she's, you know, not liking the judgment coming at her. And she's gonna act like, you know, it was maybe the right thing to do. So, yeah, so into me, I see smoke and mirrors, health. She's got to have her health in order, mental, physical, and spiritual health in order, so that she can accomplish what it is, like getting out of jail and putting the blame on someone else. And he says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Yeah, it's all about her and her soul. Her soul is like dark. Ooh, I just saw it. It's darkness. Ooh, it's like a factory with black billowing smoke and fire coming out of it. But she likes it that way. She likes it, but on the outside, she doesn't want people to know that that's how she is. This is good. Relationships for Bradly. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And yes, he is taking a break. He's already blaming Cortney in a way, but she's the one really aggressively going at him. He seemed kind of like apathetic when the judge was giving him his sentence at arraignment. So, but yeah, he's evaluating his relationships. He's not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get Kimberly to be on my side. No, he's looking at himself, actually. And he's really assessing the situation. Like, I can't depend on Cortney. He can't use her family to go free, because that's just not the way it's gonna work. So he, for whatever reason, he's looking at himself and his role in this and how he can get out of it, which may be throwing Cortney under the bus. I don't know. You know, that's why we're doing this. Whoa, oh my goodness. Okay, you know what, let's stop for a second here. We have two cards. This is the second one out. So that could be Bradley, this could be Cortney. Look what comes flying out. This is a hard deck to shuffle, and this one just came flying out so perfectly. Temptation will test you. This is the tree of good and evil. This is the tree of wisdom that Eve ate from and gave the apple to Adam. Who started? She did. She did. This is Cortney. She did this. She initiated it. Absolutely, I feel this from my head to my toes, all my chakras. Cortney did this. And what do we have for it? Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. She used sex to get to him. She used sex to get to this man, her husband. And what do we have for Bradley? 4-leaf clover. Great good fortune. I mean, he is looking at himself. He is like not like going ballistic at Cortney. He's mostly thinking about how he can, he's stuck in jail, he's going to be judged, and yeah, I already said it all. He's taking like a break to focus on himself and get his emotions in check, because they're kind of out of control right now. Not when he went in front of a judge. He seemed apathetic. Maybe the psychiatrist gave him medicine, and like trazodone or something. I hear that's popular in jail. It sedates people and puts them to sleep, and it's not addictive or something. So yeah. Oh, we didn't try a new deck yet. Let's see. We'll pick one more card because they said we'll try a new deck. This deck is really cool. I love this deck, actually. It's called the Journey Oracle cards. I'll link the description and the link below. I kind of have to say this. I have to state it anyway, right? If you look in the video's description, I'll have links to Amazon where you can get these cards, any of these decks that you like, and I do make a very small commission, but hey, it's something. And as I said, I love that you guys give me a job, or y'all, I don't like saying you guys, y'all also have any issues with like what your pronouns are. YouTube is very sensitive, so yeah, it's just like you know, if you y'all give me a job that I love. So thank you. So we have for Cortney yet again the Force. Look at this. And I don't think they're talking about Jedi warrior use the Force. I'm talking like literal force. And yeah, it's like her mind is twisted and sick. I mean, look at again these like shadowy creatures, more like dragony lizard types. All these clouds usually mean too much thought, and she used a lot of force. This is Cortney. Cortney masterminded this horrible, you know, murder of her daughter Rebecca and her unborn male child. And again, we have the moon here, big time. So now she's trying to sound like not cray-cray, but she thought this was a brilliant idea. Like, boom, look at that, you know, like stars going off, and she's surrounded by stars, you know, her head's like in the clouds, and she's listening to the full moon. This is the full moon, and I don't believe this moon card has a full moon as usual, you see, and it's reversed. But this one, the Force, she used force. She used these dark, strange, alien type thoughts. Like, I don't want to give aliens a bad name, but like, I think you get what I'm saying. The Force. She used forces like sex. And for Bradley, let's see what his oracle card is. Although I really like ending on 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. That doesn't mean he shouldn't be punished for what he did or face justice for what he did. He will face justice for what he did. But I said I think he's gonna get the death penalty because we got all those 9s, but he might just narrowly escape the death penalty. if there's a death penalty in Michigan. I don't even know. So I don't know. Ooh, reversal. Interesting. We're back to 11 again. 3 plus 8 is 11. I didn't say anything about Cortney's 35 here because that's 8, and we already talked about infinity and sexuality. Scorpio is the house of sexuality, like romantic sexuality. So we could do the frequency of 8, and the frequency of 38 reduced to 11 again is, what card is this again? We got 11. Or was it Cortney? It might have been Cortney. It's all about her. No, I think it really is somewhere. It was Cortney. But hey, you know, it's like this is the best way I can explain it. I've already been saying it. Bradly is ready to do a reversal. He'll throw Cortney under the bus if it means him not getting the death penalty or life in jail. He's ready. This is the person he's throwing a reversal against. Not that Cortney looks that good, but he is absolutely ready. It goes with relationships. It goes with him stepping back and, you know, pausing and thinking about the path he's on, because he's going to be judged. He might be judged first, although I believe right now that they're co-defendant. They can't be co-defendants if they were not arraigned at the same time by the same judge. I do believe they went before the same judge for arraignment, but they did not plead together. So that would mean that just like Nicholas and Gypsy, after a week, she pulled a reversal on him and she got out of it. He probably is gonna, you know, throw Cortney under the bus, or Kimberly, somebody, as long as it's not him, instead of him accepting this role for himself. I mean, he is gonna accept his role in this, but just like Gypsy, when she accepted her role in it, everything changed for the better for her, and she got really lucky. She's free. She's making videos that nobody really wants to watch and giving advice that nobody really wants, and you know, she's out here living her best life, or at least that's what she tells people. And Nicholas is in jail, so I see a reversal of fortune for Bradly. He can plead. I'm hearing him plead like this. She made me do it. Cherchez la femme. She made me do it. Who knows if it'll work out? You know why? Because we're going on 57 minutes, almost an hour here, about a couple that I have never read about before. But their energy's really been reaching out to me, especially just now. Rebecca, I literally felt her behind my shoulders, and my head and my neck, the back of my neck, the hair is standing up. And all I can say about that is that she is very shy right now, but she's very interested to see what is going to happen, because she's neutral right now, and by that I mean she's not taking anyone's side. Her vibration, her frequency, her energy is kind of neutral. She just, you know, crossed over recently, and she's still a little confused about like what's going on. Well, she knows who allegedly murdered her, and at the very least she wants justice for her baby. I just heard that. It's not even about her and her name being cleared, it's about her baby and her fiance. And I don't know about her sister so much, but she truly, you know, is really upset. I don't feel like she's very upset, because, you know, when you cross over, a lot of times it's a lot nicer. Angels like kind of come and take care of you and soothe you and stuff. And if you were a good person, you did good things, you have good angels around you, ancestors that welcome you, star families that can come in. And so that's basically what she's doing. She's just a little not confused, but she's new to being on the other side, and she's still interested in what's going on here. She would like to see justice served. She would. So she's just watching over my shoulder. The hair on my right shoulder and right side of my neck just stood up, and like, yeah, she's watching. I can feel her very strongly watching. The more I talk about her, the more she'll come in. But I really would like to channel Dee Dee and Stephanie. We can use cards to do that, but also I would like to turn the camera around at some point, and you can just watch me channel them. I can speak for them since they cannot speak. I don't need a spirit box. And yeah, Stephanie told me some really interesting things the other day. You know what? If you pray at all, please pray for Stephanie's soul. She's terrified where she is. She's very lost. And she showed me the nightmares that Nick still has. She showed me horrible images. Because I asked her, why is she still crying? And her basic answer was that she can't help Nicholas. And I said, well, she can't, really. But why does she think she could or should? Why is she still so worried? I mean, the courts have ruled, and we try to get Nicholas out someday, but right now, why is she so upset right now? And then she showed me what he dreams, what is in his mind, what his energy looks like. And it was, he may have forgiven Gypsy, he may be at peace, but not when he sleeps at night, not when his mind wanders. He sees horrible things. So again, sometime in the near future, I will do a reading. I mostly read Gypsy, but we're going to keep an eye on this case. So that's Cortney, I believe, with a K, Bartholomew, and Bradly Bartholomew. They're in Wexford, Michigan. Cortney has a daughter, 2 daughters that I know of. Rebecca Parks, who was engaged to her fiance, who allegedly dealt drugs, and he's looking at jail time for that, but nothing to do with the alleged murder of her. And Cortney could have had a grandchild, grandson through Rebecca, but you know, she just had to allegedly, you know, murder her and then allegedly cut the baby out from her womb and leave him in the park. And her husband, Bradly Bartholomew, went along with it, and he's been caught too. And there's one other person involved in this, and that's Kimberly. And I don't know what I know she's facing felony charges, but I don't know what's going to happen to her because I didn't read it. So it looks like Cortney's just going to keep being busy, and no way she's going down. She's going to rise up from the ashes. Whereas, you know, Bradly is more like the best offense is a good defense, and Cortney is more like the best defense is good offense, and she's constantly working at how she can. I just heard that she even uses sex in jail to get people on her side. Working, busy, perfecting everything so that she can have her show go off the way she wants it, and ultimately her judgment will be fair to her. And to her, that means she gets out at some point. So that's the reading on Cortney and Bradly Bartholomew and Rebecca Parks and unborn male baby of Rebecca Parks. And that's what I got for now. So I hope you got something out of this reading. I'm into true crime. Sometimes it's nice to take a break from Gypsy, but I will get another video out over the weekend. And I apologize about not getting one out 2 nights ago. I just was like, sometimes the energy of this just drains me and I get sick. And I happen to be in bed for like a day and a half, just in pain and drained of energy. So, but I still love doing this, you know, so. Thank you for watching this long. Again, I have to remind you the algorithm is hungry. Please like and subscribe and share, because as soon as we get 500 followers, then I can do a live and answer your questions one-on-one. Whatever you want to ask while I'm doing a reading. So I might collaborate with someone else. So yeah. So if you do those things, the algorithm will be pleased. And then YouTube will ask me to partner with them. So that would be nice. I always enjoy reading your comments and your thoughts and your ideas and what you got out of the reading and what you think. So, you know, it'll be even more fun if I can go live and take your questions like on the spot. The energy is going to be so lit. So yeah. All right. You are the best part of this channel. Please don't forget to comment below. And I wish you all the best. Enjoy the holiday season. And yeah, much love and many blessings, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye.